here with Ted Virtue. He's the founder of MidOcean Partners, a $3 billion private equity fund that's also expanded into a hedge fund platform named Ted. Some people here think you're the smartest guy in the room. We want to know what you're doing in Europe. Your answer is nothing, and you haven't been there in 4 years. Why?
Well, hey, first good to be here with Stephanie, and good to be at the MidOcean conference. We just saw better opportunities in the U.S. looking back 4 or 5 years ago from our platform, where we saw much better middle market opportunities with much better management teams that we could back, and we had a better platform to invest. And it's worked out to be obviously, quite good for us that we've avoided the problems of Europe over the last 4 years.
What sectors are you really focused on?
We're focused on 4 industries, and we have for the last 12 years. So, consumer, business services, media, and industrial services. We have 4 sectors there, and the key differentiator for us relative to other private equity firms is we have 35 operating partners inside our business, so we have real strategic insights and operating talent to bring to a lot of these small mid-market businesses to help them grow.
Does this mean you're not looking at the same kind of deal size that we could see a Carlyle or a Blackstone look at because they're so much bigger?
Yeah, no, those guys are in a much different business than us. We're looking for really niche businesses where we can see transformative growth, bringing new strategies, and where we can bring new management teams to grow these businesses. So we rarely, ever compete with those kind of guys.
Is it hard for you to find opportunities right now? I mean, after 2008, there were many panic sellers. Even last year with the European crisis, we felt like deleveraging out of Europe would even create opportunities here in the U.S. Now that we're seeing an improvement in the economy, what's in store for you?
Well, certainly a better seller's market right now. So we're spending a lot of our time right now thinking about how we can monetize some of our companies right now in a very vibrant marketplace. We're both selling of our companies. We're both buyout guys, corporations, international buyers are paying full prices for companies, so we're looking at that. But we're also finding a lot of great new companies. So we just bought in business services, we bought a company called LegalShield, which we think is going to be a fabulous platform for us.
What do they do?
They're the largest legal service provider in the United States, probably that no one's ever heard of, but they have 1.4 million customers providing full civil legal services for individuals and small businesses throughout the United States. We bought it for a very attractive price. We put in a new management team to run that company, and we think it's going to have very vibrant growth.
What are banks doing for you these days? I mean, post-08, they weren't really offering much financing. Is the financing market back, and are banks really taking any risk yet, or are the banks taking limited risk, still offering you great opportunities?
Yeah, I'd say the big banks are still mostly in the syndicate mode. So we're, in the small mid-market space, it is a challenge, and we have to work much harder to get capital to finance our deals. So we're putting club deals together. We're acting more often than not as our own syndicate agent to try and bring in 3 or 4 or 5 banks to do these small $150 to $200 million financings. So it's more troubling, but it's we're able to buy these companies because the financing markets are so weak in the middle market. We're able to buy them at significant discounts to the larger cap deals.
But before we were in sort of the Dodd-Frank banking world, banks were coming to you with potential deals for you. Is that happening anymore, or they're really just acting as agents?
I'd say 90% of what we do we find on our own. So we're out trying to identify themes where we can invest, where we have a point of differentiation versus the marketplace. So in areas like education today, which is getting oversold, or government services, which is obviously run into troubles, we're looking at those sectors, trying to bring in good operating talent around that to help us source and then run companies in a much more efficient manner than they're running today. Now,
you launched MidOcean Credit Partners, your billion-dollar credit fund in 2009, and it's been a top performer every year since then. Is it specific to the credit space, or are you looking to get into different asset classes for your hedge fund money?
We got in that business because we think we have a very complementary skill set to bring to the credit market. So we look at a lot of small businesses. We buy the companies. We also look at a lot of companies where you can buy their debt at very attractive prices. So the skill set and talent we have in our private equity business has really helped Steve Shenfellow, who I know you've interviewed before, leverage our talent to be a much stronger credit platform.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your time here at the MidOcean Conference. That's Ted Virtue, CEO of MidOcean Partners.